Welcome to another episode of Breaking Bank. This is your host, Jack McKeag. Thanks for joining me. And we're going to go through another question. You can write questions to contact@jackmckeg.com. And for good ones that look like they're really helpful to others, I'll answer them on a video. So you might hear yours that way. I've done a lot of them. Okay, let's get into one more today. How much available credit should you have? Wondering how much available credit you should have to maintain healthy credit scores. Experts recommend that you have enough available credit, the portion of your total credit limit that you have not used, so that you're not using more than 30% of your credit. Okay. Good question. Thank you for writing that in. Really appreciate it. Let's get into that. Oh, no. When you say how much credit should you have, that's just really, let's start by saying different business entities can have credit, right? You can have like personal credit and other credit, like for a trust here that you see. On jackmckeg.com or Liberty Aid, okay? So when you're talking about, credit, you can have personal credit, you can have corporate credit, and we have, corporate credit secrets here. Basically, we have different products. They have two names on the two sites, so the same information. Whoopsie, where is this? Oh, okay. So you can get corporate credit, here it is over here, on Liberty Aid. You can get the knowledge to get credit of other things, besides just personal, like business credit. And few people know how to do that. I break it down exactly. And mine is doing great, by the way, for the trust. It's really doing fantastically well. 7 trade lines, and I got great history. Excuse me. And it's getting better all the time. I'm still waiting for 3 accounts to report right now that the trust has. So it'll be 10 on here. So you can get great credit, and you don't need any kind of good personal credit to get it. Like, look at how bad personal credit is here, 562. And yet, you get NAV. This gives you personal and business scores together, combined in one place. Taking a minute to pull them up. But what I wanted to show you here is I have what's going on here? What I wanted to show you was that you could have horrible personal credit and have great trust credit. That's taking a minute, so we'll see how it goes here. Let's just try reloading it. So your question, how much credit should you have? Basically, for your personal credit, I recommend you have a lot of personal credit, as much as you can get. There's no limit to getting personal credit. What I want to show you here is that, personal credit is crappy and low, but business credit is fantastically great. Like I was showing you how crappy the personal credit was, but here's a business credit. It's doing great. I just showed you it. So, but I wanted to show you, like I said, that the personal credit is horrible. So how can you get business credit without personal guarantees? Well, you do it. You have to do it in a certain step-by-step way with certain companies. You have to get every attribute right as you go. So, and we have that method to do that. So, you want to get out of the person, basically, and get the person great credit, but you don't want to use 30% of it. You basically want to be using 0% of your personal credit. That's where you want to get. Why? Because you can get personal credit and you don't really have to use it to keep it. Maybe once in a while, but not much at all, if ever. And your personal credit stays good and if it's great, they send you a new offer in the mail every so often and go, yeah, thanks, I'll get it. If there's no annual fee, why not? Sure, yeah. Okay. Keep that up. Now, but if you were to use those cards and pay with them, buy things and so on, see, business, like corporate credit, is different. Corporate credit reports payment experiences. When you have a credit account and you pay them, not just use it or have an open account, but you use it and pay them. When you pay them, they report, hey, they paid us this much money, and they report, they paid on time or they were late or what have you. So you always pay on time, your business credit, okay? So personal credit is just sort of sitting over there maybe for emergencies, what have you, but once you build up, your other corporate entity credit, you get away from using your personal credit. So there's some transition time when you do it while you're building up this other credit. Yes, of course. And, let's say you just tank your whole personal credit. Who cares, really? Obviously, I did that. Got a truck and 13 derogatory accounts and so on. They just don't like me at court. They won't follow the laws anymore because of just what I do, and I YouTube everything. Even my, what do they call them? Like non-disclosure agreements, right? Like confidentiality of, the settlements. I'm like, screw you. You lie in your contracts, whatever. I'm going to show everyone that you're liars and horrible, and I beat you and took your money. So it's hard for me to win money from them anymore, but it's easy for me to help clients because I have proof of who I am. And I don't care about the bankers nor their opinion. My role is to beat them and show you how in the best way possible, where it takes as little time and money of yours as possible, and you totally hack them and beat them, okay? That's what I'm into. So it's not just less than 30%. You want it to nothing. I'm not using my personal credit now. And you want to get over into using like your credit for your trust, or if you have an LLC, and there are different reasons to use both. So almost never a reason to use an LLC. Only if you need to get a license through it. You can't get in any other way. Otherwise, you use a trust, and then you don't have to pay income tax because the trust that you have here at Liberty Aid, they can't incur income tax. They can't. So why not save all that money too? Whoopsie, let's find it down here. The bulletproof trust. Okay. I mean, this is what all the rich people use. That's why they're rich. Become rich, obviously. Why are you giving them, 30, 40, 50% of your money away to the government? They don't. You shouldn't either. And so over this time, this has a lot of meaning and value, and that money begins to build up like it does for them. Okay? So, I mean, you want as much personal credit as you can get. They got, and carry a couple of those high credit cards that you get ultimately in your wallet. Some of them let you go through TSA for free. And they got readers at every transportation hub and on the highways now. And they can read, and they do read the credit cards in your wallet and their balances and so on. If you got great credit cards and high balances, you're rich. They treat you better. And they know the difference. Do you see? So, get as much credit as you can. Don't use it for your person. In some emergency situation before you get into trust credit briefly, maybe, whatever. But try not to get into those situations, please, okay? We're building things over time. In the mentor program, I show you how to do that. You really should just be building, for a step-by-step rest of your life. So there won't be any more, I don't have enough credit. Like, you're just accessing more every time for your person, for your trust, trusts, LLC, what have you. You're constantly building up more credit for them. Why? Well, for example, right now, you're going to go, I want to get this from Liberty Aid or jackmckeg.com. The banks, had shut down our payment gateway, so we're almost there again where they're going to give us one. But you can see how credit is meaningful to get you over the bumps and hurdles in your business or your personal life. Oh, I had a big, car broke or whatever. Things happen. So having credit evens out the money supply. Okay, you're not down. Okay, I deliver for Amazon, in this van, and it broke. And I don't have the money to fix it. Now you're not making any money, and so how are you going to pay for that broken van? You have credit. So you go over, get the van fixed, and you're back to work the next day. Yay. You see, credit makes it so we can get through all the dips and bumps of the credit. When you hit a bump, hey, I made a bunch of money. Sometime in your month, you're like, well, I knew I was going to, so now I'm going to pay off that credit thing I had to do to fix the van, So that's what credit is for, and the more of it you have, the easier your life becomes. Plus, there are all these perks and stuff for cards now. You get a bunch of free stuff out of it, so get as many good free perks as you can get, okay? And then keep, the more credit and credit cards you have, if they're good cards, not like, cards you have to pay for or anything like that, and not, you may need store credit cards to build credit, but not so much that, but bank cards, credit, real credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, those things, more of them, the better. So there's a reason to stop getting more credit. And of course, everyone that, is in my mentor program knows what to tell them to get the highest credit limit possible, right? And what to tell them every time, the continuing story of what to tell them every time. Get in the mentor program and learn all about that and get great high credit, okay? Great question. Let us know. If you have anything on your mind, contact at jackmckegg.com. All right, God bless your success.